Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and pleased to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness, we are okay. We're on the back end. We're almost to it. We're almost to the weekend. We can do it. So I hope everybody had a great day and is having a wonderful week. Last night was the Real Housewives of New York. I watched it last night, and we're gonna get into it right now. Okay, so the ladies are still up in the Hamptons at Aaron's house. The ladies went out to play tennis, where Aaron had actually taken lessons when she was a kid. And Tino was cute. Aaron trying to flirt with him, trying to get her flirt on. None of the women really seemed to be that athletic. No judgment here, because I am in no way, shape, or form athletic, nor have I ever been, nor will I ever be. But not that many people were really into playing tennis. Bryn is feeling, it seems to me like she's feeling a little left out, because it seems like neither Sai or Uba are talking to her. She's feeling kind of out of it, and she says Uba is they're showing no remorse. She didn't say Uba. She said they're showing no remorse, and it's making her resentful. She says that she has either you have a fight or flight, and she doesn't have the fight. So she's getting ready to fly. She wants to leave. She talks about wanting to leave the whole episode. My opinion on this, I don't think Uba should be remorseful in what she said or how she feels, because that's how she feels. Maybe remorseful isn't the word that I would pick. I would maybe say apologetic would maybe be a little better. Maybe just, it seems like she wants her to just be apologetic for the words that she used. I mean, the tone, the words, when she called her a snake. I would say to Uba, like, keep the message, but just maybe take it down a few notches. But I mean, she was saying what she thinks, so you can't tell somebody how they can feel. It's just how she feels. There was a really sweet, genuine, heartfelt moment between Raquel and Bryn, because Bryn was asking about her last name, and her last name is not her dad's last name. Raquel's last name is not her dad's last name. She basically came out and had told the story of her father. It turns out she doesn't have a relationship with her dad. Her mom had left her dad when Raquel was 1. Then when Raquel turned 12, she ended up calling the number that she had for her dad. And a woman had answered, and the woman was like, "Who is this?" She said, "It's her. It's so-and-so's. This is his daughter." And the father got back to her mother and said, "Don't ever have her call here ever again." So the mom reached out to the father's brother, and the brother reached out to Raquel's dad and said, "What the fuck are you doing? This is your daughter. She wants to have a relationship with you." So he invited her over for Thanksgiving. And I guess they had one of those photo booths that you get your picture taken in. They got their picture taken with her half siblings. And he ended up tearing them in half, and handed one to Raquel and one to her sibling. And he was like, "That's it. It was nice meeting you, but we're done." And that was it. She went home and was like, he's an asshole. I don't want anything to do with him. And I don't want his last name, because I don't want him to be able to claim me at all, because I'm going to do shit with my life. So I'm going to take your last name to the mother. And the mother was like, no, don't take my last name because my father was a dick too. So they just went down the line in their family and they found a last name that they liked, and for, last name of someone that is a good person. And that's where we're at. But you could tell, Raquel had said that she doesn't talk about this a lot, but there's this very nice moment where Raquel and Brynn hugged, and Brynn could totally understand and sympathize with where she's coming from, because Brynn had a non-existent relationship with her father. So I thought that was a very touching moment. Brynn, they get home, and Brynn is like talking to Jen. To Jen. I said Jen because honestly, Erin's looks from time to time gives me a vibe of like Jennifer Aniston. She kind of looks a little bit like Jennifer Aniston, but I mean Jennifer Aniston is obviously like beyond beautiful. And so is Erin's. Erin's very, very beautiful too, but not like Jennifer Aniston. So Erin's attractive, but not beautiful like Jennifer Aniston. Okay, from someone who's not beautiful, period. Anyways, so they get home, and Brynn's talking to Erin. She's like, I just want to go home. I can't take this. I guess it's so awkward between her and Uba and Sai that she's like, I just want to go home. And Erin is like, please don't. She understands where Brynn is coming from, because remember last year when they were on vacation and everybody was kind of ganging up on Erin, she's like, she feels bad for her. She knows where she's coming from. Sai, Jessel, and why do I have Sai? I have written Sai, Jenna, and Sai. So it's Sai, Jessel, and Uba. They go out to the market to get things for dinner because they're having Shabbat. They're having a Shabbat dinner and everybody is making something. They're talking about like, they're playing this game of like, how much does shit cost? And in the Hamptons, listen, I know sometimes people were like, things are expensive. Things are too fucking expensive. This is the Hamptons. In the Hamptons, you're paying like $9 for organic milk, and you're paying, however much for eggs. But up there, those people can they can afford that. It's the Hamptons. They're fine with paying $8 for eggs or whatever. But seriously, Jessel was like, she pays $1,000 a month to store her eggs, her frozen eggs, her embryos out in Beverly Hills. Damn, $1,000 a month. Why can't you just store them in? There's no place that you can store them in New York. I mean, she's like, they're in 90210. Okay, so move them to the Upper East Side, like in some up and coming. No, not up and coming. No, because not up and coming. But store them in some fancy part of New York City. I don't know. That's $1,000. And honestly, who was it? Was it Uba? Yeah, it was Uba. Was like, can't you just put it in the freezer? Yeah, why can't you just put it in like a real cold a refrigerator or something? I don't know, but that's crazy. And listen, last year, from what Sai and Jessel just were not getting along, boy, they have come leaps and bounds, because here's Jessel saying she'll save Jessel some money, and Sai saying, yeah, I'll be your surrogate. No, Jessel didn't want any parts of that. And then they start talking about having kids. Jessel says that Pavet's fear of having another baby, she thinks it has to do with like the cost of just how much everything is. But for Jessel, for her, she wants a baby because her clock is ticking. Like for her, she only has a certain amount of time that she's able to have kids. She doesn't want to not have a kid and then regret it. You know what I mean? So I can completely understand where Jessel's coming from. So back home, everybody's cooking. Everybody except Bryn. Bryn's upstairs just chilling. And staying, I can understand because she's not feeling so great. You don't, when you're in that kind of mind space, you don't want to be hanging out with people. So her and Aaron and Bryn, they concoct a prank with a fake roach, and they're gonna put it in the dessert that Jenna is making. So Aaron has this Shabbat dinner. Everybody dresses up so nice. Everybody looks just lovely. It's a Shabbat. It's a Shabbat dinner. Okay? So it's supposed to be nice. Very nice. So everybody is dressed real nice. Everybody's covered up. Here comes Jenna in some latex with the boobs out. And a Shabbat. And then is sitting there and is talking about how she went downstairs and it was this, not at Aaron's place, but like years before, decades before, and she went into a basement and it was a sex dungeon. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I know people are gonna be like, yes, that look ate. I don't think it did. I was kind of creeped out by her look. Like, it's a nice dinner and you have to be doing latex with your boobs out? I mean, come on. Her look was kind of creeping me out. And honestly, I might be the only person that was thinking this, but her look, her face at that scene was giving me like Marilyn Manson vibes. I didn't like it. At all. Like, I mean, there's a time and a place to wear that. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. You can come for me in the comments. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Okay. And please, honestly, if you drank every single time you heard the word Pavlova, you will most definitely have alcohol poisoning. Like, there's no way that you would not had your stomach pumped 15 times because Pavlova, I got to make the Pavlova. You got to dress for the Pavlova. I hope I don't script this Pavlova. She's going to have to take her rice and beans someplace else. I got to make the Pavlova. So it was perfect that they decided to put the fake roach in the Pavlova. Okay. So this roach in the Pavlova, everybody's eating the Pavlova. I can't stop saying the word Pavlova now. Oh my God. So everybody's eating it, and all of a sudden, then who gets it? Well, Jessel takes a big portion, and there's the roach. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Uba's reaction to that roach would partially be my reaction, because I'm going to tell you, I would have thrown up and I would have screamed. I would have screamed and I would have then ran and thrown up. But honestly, Uba runs, she throws up. Sai goes in to help her, sees her, she throws up. They're both throwing up in the sinks, and it totally 150% reminded me of the scene from, you know what I'm gonna say, the scene from Bridesmaids, where they all went out to eat at that Brazilian place, and the only one that doesn't eat is the uppity woman, Rose, who's played by Rose Byrne, but then everybody else ate the strange meat, and it's coming out both ends. That's what that reminded me of. But listen, everybody's getting along. It just takes a fake roach and some vomit to get people together. So everybody is good. The next day, Aaron has a chef and a baker come in to cook breakfast. I don't know where they're going to put all this food. They had a ton of food left over from the night before, but they have professionals come in to do the breakfast. Everybody's sitting around. Okay, so Jenna is engaged. Jenna's engaged. She doesn't call it an engagement ring. She calls it a promise ring because I guess she doesn't want to she wants to be low key around the kids. But then she says something like, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do it. Meaning I'm thinking get married. But for her, it's it's a promise that we're going to stay together. That we're in it for the long haul. Okay, so Bryn and Uba, they made up. They love each other. They're talking. And Uba said something that that I absolutely 150% agree with. But then at the end, she betrayed herself because she was like, I hate it when I'm talking to someone and then I'm interrupted. I'm going to tell you this much right now. Being interrupted is probably my number one pet peeve. I hate it. I don't care who does it. There are times when my own mother, who I love more than I've ever loved anyone in my entire life or ever will, okay? Love my mother, but when I'm talking and she will interrupt, or if I'm talking and anybody interrupts, I will just stop talking, and then if that person finishes what they want to say, and then they say, go ahead, continue what you were going to say, I will come right out and say, no, I don't have anything else to say. Nope. What you had to say was more important. So, no. I hate that. I absolutely hate being interrupted. So, I can completely understand that. And wait a minute. I missed another thing. I had to rewatch this a couple times because when they were at the table before Uba comes in, it sounded to me like, well, Rebecca came in and she was like, well, I really thought everybody was just going to be eating in their pajamas. So that's why I'm in this. And they were going back and forth. They were talking. And then Bryn had said to her, I think it was Bryn, that had said something like, well, she was coaching her on what to say about when somebody comes for her looks, like what she's wearing. And Bryn said something like, you should have said, well, I have a fashion line and you sold shirts at BravoCon. Is she talking about Psy? I don't know, but I watched that a couple times to see what she was saying. So she's really trying to stir the pot a little bit there. Or she's giving her pointers to get her a little more spiced up, because this Rebecca, I'm not digging her. We gotta get something, it's giving very Friends of. There's not a lot of meat with her. Okay, so yeah, back to Aaron and Bryn and Uba. Yeah, the interrupting, that's probably my biggest pet peeve. Really hate it. Aaron had said that this morning, Uba said Aaron begged me to make up with Bryn, and Bryn just wants Uba to choose her words because she doesn't want Uba coming off as angry, as a stereotypical angry Black woman. Here's the part that got me when she said, when Bryn said, I want Oliver to marry Uba, and he's not going to want to marry her when she talks like this. Listen, Bryn, honestly, I get the feeling that Oliver already wants to marry Uba, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that. And Uba's getting really emotional when she's talking to to Brynn. She's like, I'm sorry, but no, she didn't say I'm sorry. She said something like she loves Brynn, and she only really gets that way when she's dealing with somebody that she loves. English isn't her first language, and she was just very passionate about what she was talking about. And then as she's telling Aaron or Brynn all of this, she's getting very emotional and she's crying, and she's like, you're coming off as condescending, and I don't like that when people are coming off as condescending towards me. And the whole time, it didn't seem like Brynn was taking it that seriously. So then Brynn started to talk. And she was saying that she just wants them to both come from a place of respect. And was saying that she doesn't feel like whenever she's being called names like a snake and a liar, that it's coming from a place of respect. So then Uba just jumped in and did the one thing that she said that she hates that other people do, and that's interrupting. And she interrupted her. So, she really doesn't like when she's interrupted, and she didn't like it when Brynn interrupted, or when Brynn wouldn't let Sai speak. So then she turns around and does it to Brynn. See, I can understand it from both sides. And after that, Brynn is really near the breaking point with this group. So, we'll see what happens. It looks like next week, Jessel is having a birthday party that is Clueless themed. I love it. It looks amazing. So listen, if you watched, let me know in the comments. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world, so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Be aware of your surroundings. Be smart. Hydrate often with water. And if you're someplace where there's a dangerous situation, be it weather related or not, please be aware, be mindful, be safe, and be smart. Know that Dolly and I are always sending out love, thoughts, prayers, and a whole bunch of positive energy. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for a Golden Bachelorette recap and snarky rant. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.